Hello, and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. So today we're going to try something different, and you're going to tell me if you like it and how you like it. Number one, we are going to play AD carry mid lane because, well, we enjoy AD carry mid lane, and number two, I will not have an intro, and I will just highlight the build in the bottom left or bottom right, probably bottom right because of the overlay, and you need to tell me if you prefer this type of overlay because of the aspect ratio of the iPad, and yeah, we'll basically figure things out from here. I'm playing against AZ and my Lee Sin is invading, going crazy against the Fiddlesticks who for whatever reason started red buff. I make sure to push my wave as fast as possible so I can back him up so we have a free window. Now it's all about my Lee Sin hitting the smite. He doesn't feel like doing so, lost the smite to the enemy Fiddlesticks, and yeah, we are out here again. It's okay, now he's invading the enemy Crocs and we go back to mid lane. We didn't really lose anything for this, apart from laning pressure, because we could have dealt some juicy damage to the Zed. And since we have bone plating, we don't really have to fear anything, and this guy is absolutely crazy. He just walks into me and does this play, and I just walk after him, but minions are as broken in this game, but me tanking these minions helps me keep the wave close to me. So now I'm in a state where I'm completely confident, completely relaxing, I can't really happen anything, nothing can happen to me. And whenever he gets close, I can just jump on him because he wasted his shadow. So if I hit this second ability, he actually dies, or he needed to use flash because he doesn't have ignite and he doesn't have a second ability. But now I'll force him to drop this cannon because he goes for poke for whatever reason. So now he will lose this cannon unless this cannon is trolling me. And yeah, well, enemy minions always 1v9, ally minions always trolling. And you see here, he is trolling again. He keeps on walking up too close to me and keeps on using his shadow without any thought. And whenever he gets too close and he messes up slightly, he would just instantly die. Any type of chip damage I deal to him is very valuable, but as you see, using my third ability forward without hitting my second ability, my mana pool is completely exhausted. But again, bone plating saving my butt absolutely lovely. This rune is so broken against assassins because it just makes life so much easier. And here, he puts himself at risk, like he can't really play, my Lee Sin is in a position, looking at how, and he survives again. I'm fuming actually. But here, my Lee Sin is a sniper. I would have probably gotten him if I got lucky with my ultimate ability. All I had to do was then hide in Fog of War and then shoot, which is something you can always do. Like, for example, if I hit level 5 and I just hide here, the Zed might be looking here, but he might not look from this angle, so I can just hit him and get a free kill. But yeah. Here, I want to get the plating and the cannon, and then I want to peace out and go home. Hey you, yes you, can you see this? So many people are not yet sub. Be honest, what's stopping you from subbing? Let me know in the comments below. The only sad part about this going home window right now is me not having Monomune completed, but you can't have it all because I only got an assist and not a kill, and obviously lost a few minions. Now coming back to the wave is just about spamming my spells to get my tier stacked. But if you just take a look at the game in general, AD carries mid lane offer so much in sense of pressure. You can basically enable your jungle to do whatever he wants. And now you see, I see that my jungler's on the bottom half of the map, so I place a control ward on the bottom half of the map so he can play from that side. But now I have to constantly respect the fiddler from the jungle, who can just ult in. So I've created a complete safe side, and I believe here he is baiting. I will not take the bait, because if the fiddle is behind them, and if I jump in, I will get instantly feared and killed. Like, I wouldn't even be able to react. And I think we just saw the fiddler for a brief millisecond. So yeah, use what you have in terms of tools, use the vision, and then just use deduction. Where was the enemy last seen? Where was your ally? Where can the enemy be coming from? And I have a complete vision set up on the bottom half of the map, so the Fiddlesticks can never surprise me from there, so you can only be coming from above. And just makes life so much easier if you just pay close attention to these kind of things. And again, if you play against Zed, as long as you have exhaust, you'll be fine, but the issue starts happening if he snowballs. So what do you not do against him? You do not walk into the river, because walking into the river is a very dangerous thing if you don't see him, because if he waits in a brush, he just instantly kills you. So what do you do when he's roaming? You go for platings. You're a hyper-scaling champion. that if you get gold, you can carry most of your games. And it's just important that you don't get the feeling of pressure where you feel like you have to do something. Because you see, like, again, deduction, enemy was last seen top, so we just played to the bottom half of the map. Herald is also just way better than Dragon, so there's no point of even thinking about this at all. But we constantly have to be aware of not taking too much chip damage from the Zed, because if the Fiddlesticks is behind him, even if he has only flash, we just get instantly killed. And here we see Fiddlesticks not even going for the Dragon, but going for the Herald, but delayed. So this one should be completely ours, so we just leave again after being here shortly, and everything's fine. And the Fiddlesticks just ulted in and got it? Huh? I guess he's a magician. He's just the best player in the world. And now we turn on the Zed and we just go in. We know they don't have spells. We know they don't have anything. We just run them down and try our best. But sadly, they all survive with 1 HP. You know the WildRift conundrum. Enemy always 1 HP, allies always dead. But yeah, there's always worse. We didn't die, we get some gold here. The Fiddlesticks is walking up, he wants the Herald. And he doesn't really know that if he gets too close and I hit him with my second ability, he just dies instant. Junglers. Ladies and gentlemen, junglers in a nutshell. What did this guy just think? Anyway, as soon as you hit your second ability, the hit of your third ability will always be guaranteed, allowing you to deal extra burst damage, and then you can auto-attack cancel with your first ability, allowing you to hit the enemy literally 4 times with 4 separate instances of spells, well, an auto-attack, in the span of a second. Not even a second, like basically instantly. And that is so much extra damage. And here, the Lee Sin yeets in, has some control issues, but he gets out. Because this time, we got lucky. The enemy wasn't 1 HP this time, we got to 1 HP. But again, the enemy's walking up. Fiddle just used his fear for some reason and keeps on walking up. Like, this man is absolutely crazy. And as long as I'm able to hit my fruit, I can just go back and just trade because they don't have any spells. And again, you saw the enemy had the numbers advantage. And it's not necessarily about numbers advantage, it's about the cooldown advantage. Fiddlesticks, if he used every single cooldown, is not a champion. So he can only offer auto attacks. But if we lock enemies in an auto attack battle on spell-based champions such as Fiddlesticks and Zed at this point in time, if he's not in my range, I will always win. So unless I'm severely griefing, I'm just winning for free in these trades. This is something you have to keep in mind. And again, the Zed gets very close. You really need to be careful if you play against an Ezreal, just generally. He does so much damage, and we just don't hit, unfortunate. Like, Ezreal's damage has been buffed so brutally, and I don't even have my Muramana evolve yet. And it only gets worse. Every single item we add makes him so much stronger. And the Fiddlesticks comes in, I exhaust very late, way too late, making it way too scary for myself, and I think I could have just killed him if I insta-exhausted, but I got, well, my brain just, a little oopsie, healed my brain. And unfortunately, he healed up for 1 billion in the jungle. But yeah, at this point in time, I think also because the Fiddlesticks bought really bad items, perhaps, that he just doesn't have enough damage. But yeah, your job as a mid lane AD carry is literally protect your tower, apply pressure, allow your jungler to play, and if you can go for a solo kill, go for a solo kill, but don't feel the need of just getting yourself killed. And here, I hit my second ability, my Lee Sin is on the side, and we can just hop in and deal damage to them. Your damage as an Ezreal comes so quick, it's very surprising for most people how much damage you deal. Because normally people are so used to Ezreal not being a carry, but more like a little poke demon. But this champion can literally instantly kill you. Like, it's so much burst damage that is completely unexpected at times. Especially if you go for these 2 crit items later on, like a Sense Reaver and Bloodthirster. Or even just the Trinity Force and the Muramana, like the bonus damage you have from all these separate sources, adds up to so much damage that whenever the enemy isn't a tanky target, you completely blow them up. Because look, this was the Zed, I just popped him. There's nothing he can do, and my bone plating keeps me safe, blocking like 180 damage, even for Ignite, and now I've sustained up again. Like, this is so much damage, and whenever you come from Fog of War, if you tag them with your second ability, you completely decimate them. And something you can always do on mid lane, or generally on Ezreal, or any type of champion with sustain, do yourself a favor and hit camps over wall, because it gives you healing. And here I expect the Fiddlesticks to come around the corner. Maybe he comes faster and unfortunately he doesn't. Would have been a lovely chunk. Now the enemy bot lane is mid and now the poking begins. So I'm just throwing out my first abilities on cooldown, allowing my team to just take down side lane towers without dying. And again, keep in mind, I know where Fiddlesticks was last, so I keep myself away from that side, because also my ward just got cleared, and I just play maximum distance. I just go for every single Q I can, stay my maximum distance, expect the enemy to move up, and just play it very slow. There's no reason for me to overextend and walk there. Like for example, hey Kirks, why aren't you walking here? You want to know what's happening there, right? No, I do not know what happens there. I only need to know where was the enemy last, where am I right now, what can kill me. So how can I potentially die here? I can only die here if the enemy has vision on me right of this moment and they ult me. I have still 2 layers of defense. How does Fiddlesticks kill me here? Technically speaking, he needs to be in here and ult from here so I'm instantly feared, because then I don't have any counterplay. But as long as I'm here, there's really nothing that can happen to me unless they have vision and I don't know what's happening in here. If I walk here, the enemy can jump from here and kill me in here. So I keep my maximum distance while remaining in a position where I can change something about the outcome of a play. Now the next available play is to get mid lane priority. But as everyone is lining up like this, I get a free ultimate which should hit plenty PR. It only hits Leona, still good enough. And we get to just play slowly. Keep in mind, we do not know where Fiddlesticks is. We only know that he can be somewhere above. And we see him right now, so we can play. We see him, so we can just do whatever we want. We should just immediately go into the Fiddlesticks and make the play. At least he could have just kicked him into the face and we just instantly win. So now, for me, it's just looking at the play, trying to clean up, looking for the next available champion, seeing that Desire gets kicked up, jumping above so her feathers can't tag me, and then it's just running them down. But technically speaking, we could have instantly killed the Fiddlesticks, I believe, if the Lee Sin jumps in and kicks him into the face, into the team, and then we can clean up. But that requires a lot of awareness and a lot of split-second decision-making. And for me now, it's just collecting the blue buff, collecting the mid-wave, and then I should have a Sense Reaver and be very strong. Unless the Soraka decides to take every single minion and make me very, very sad. Unfortunately, the Zed this time learned from his mistakes. And for me now, it's just pain. Because now I have to wait. I just do some chip damage. I have basically no cooldowns on my spells because I just use my first ability anyway on cooldown. And just want to make sure that I get my Sense Reaver before the next thing that happens. Unfortunately though, I'm lacking a bit of gold and there's continuously things happening. Like this pathing might be very dangerous because something could be happening here. And again, we just need to keep in mind, where's the Fiddlesticks? What is the Fiddlesticks doing? Because even though the enemy bot lane is on the other side of the map, the Fiddlesticks, if he one-shots the Soraka, basically decides the game for the enemy. But as long as we survive the initial burst, we are completely fine. And you see here, it is not my job to defend the bot lane tower. The Soraka makes the correct decision of being there, but somebody else should be there as well. You could make the argument that I could have gone there without going for my item spike and help her defend. But yeah. And here it's about the rundown angle. I keep my distance from the Leona so I can just react once she jumps in. I dodge the ultimate. I go for the Xayah instantly. I don't really care about the Leona. And I just instantly kill the Xayah. Now the Zed appears around the corner. The Zed will just instantly get popped. The Fiddlesticks ult comes in. We just walk away. We line up the ultimate in a second. And we get them all killed with 10 billion damage. Now this should be a Nashor angle. And if I didn't really pay attention to where the Fiddlesticks was, this could have gone really, really bad. Because I'm so much in a sense of the gold value of my team. If I die, the game basically gets ruined for my team. Because I can't really rely on my Sivir to do the damage in these situations, because she's very short range. And if she's able to hit Fiddlesticks, Fiddlesticks is able to completely demolish her. And here I can just throw out my ultimate ability because I'm not losing anything by doing so. Sivir realized a bit late that she could have recalled, because we didn't really need her DPS. We really just like her wave clear capabilities because it's just superior to mine. And yeah, like technically speaking, I don't know honestly, because it's still a Gwen champion, and Gwen champion might just kill me if I try to shift in and try to trade with her. But yeah, Sivir can just instantly clear the wave because it's Sivir, and that's just that. And here I'm going for the Bloodthirster because it's the highest AD item. I also have then 50% crit, so if I then shift in and I win the coin flip that my auto attack crits, you best believe that the enemy AD carry literally gets one shot. Like if I hit my second, third, shift in, auto attack Q, and the auto attack crits, I one shot her. Like she's instantly dead. It's a very nice thing to happen. And here, I'm the strongest person on the team. I want to go mid. I want my teammates, like the Teemo, to be on the sideline. We catch the Fiddlesticks off guard, a beautiful kick by the Lee Sin, and we just execute him. And with him dead, we can basically dance in front of them. There's no more immediate fear, and we should definitely get the mid lane tower here. They should not be allowed to defend this. Teemo should be on the other side of the map, clearing the bot wave, and we should take down this mid lane tower with the Baron buff. But again, it's very important that we pressure multiple sides, and again here, there's no real threat as long as Fiddlesticks is dead. The only thing that can happen is that Leona ults somebody, and that can only really happen if we make a mistake. Like here, the Zed goes in, we keep our distance, we deal the DPS, we deal the damage, we go for an ultimate, we sadly we only hit one person, but we completely decimate them. And Soraka kept us alive because nobody got one shot. My Sivir, beautiful, doesn't even take the blue buff, I get a free refresh, because it's really mandatory for me to have more mana, simply for the fact that my more mana then deals more damage. And my champion is completely limited by mana, and if I don't have a Sense Reaver and Mana Immune, if you don't have these items, you will always be out of mana. Like, even only with Mana Immune, you will be out of mana, and Fiddlesticks comes in, but there's no realistic threat here, we just instantly pop him, and then it's rundown time. They get completely decimated. Lee Sin hits the Q, doesn't go in though, and we keep on chasing them. The Xayah should die now. Now comes a Q flash, right? And she should die to red buff. Yep, she died to red buff. Amazing. Now, wave is incoming. We should get a mid lane tower. Somebody needs to recall, like right now. Okay, quick explanation. We get this for free. Somebody needs to recall to protect this, and somebody needs to go here. Because there's only one person alive, which was here, and one person alive that's somewhere in their base, which is Zed. Zed cannot defend this. Zed cannot dare to walk here because it's too much of a risk, because if Gwen shows down here and we walk through here with Zed being up there and we destroy this tower, we end the game. So whatever happens, one person recalls, defends the bot wave, we go with 3 men mid lane and one goes top lane. No counterplay for the enemy team. Nothing they can do. I really hope that the Zed walked around the corner so I can one-tap him. Nobody recalled, but the Soraka recalled the person we actually needed. And yeah, we can't finish. The Zed even ignited our Lee Sin to deny his base. How crazy is that? And now you see, basically you have to do most of the things yourself. You can obviously always suggest your teammates to, hey, go side lane for me, hey, do this for me, hey, do that for me. But even though you suggest this, most of the time or often they will not do so, and you get really frustrated, which is completely natural. And here, I don't really think anything else in terms of damage would help me, apart from my BT. So rather than building my Lost Whisper, I just go for the Stasis. Because the only way we lose from my perspective is me dying. So having Stasis just makes it infinitely easier, and Fiddlesticks should absolutely die here, right? And with Fiddlesticks dead, the Baron Nashor is free, and we basically end the game. I don't know why my Lee Sin tries to recall, but we just force Nashor because there's nothing they can do. And then we just walk through bot lane, and somebody makes sure that the enemy can't get anything done from mid lane, so I just walk mid lane to make sure that they don't have available counterplay, and my team needs to walk bot lane now to catch this wave and prepare the game. We do not want to just have this wave definitely pushing into our base, because Elder is spawning, and yeah. Like right now, I'm very strong, I have a Soraka behind me, I have Stasis, I can't really die. I can just check for the blue buff if it's available, take away any resources, and then rotate my way up to the Elder Dragon. Fortunately, in this game, my Teemo realizes that he has to take the side wave, and we see the Xayah recall. I use my ultimate so she cannot go base. And yeah, the Xayah griefed for whatever reason, 25 seconds before the Elder spawns, she chooses to go here and chooses to die. And this is what happens 99% of your games. Somebody in the mid or late game just randomly walks anywhere and decides now's the perfect time to die. And here I try to micromanage my team to clear the next top wave to prepare the next play while I walk towards the Teemo, because I'm the one that gets there the fastest, dealing the most damage in the shortest time span. And yeah. Again, Fiddlesticks could be coming around the corner. The Zed, for whatever reason, walks in here again alone without any backup. literally griefing his team, and allows us to get everything for free. But the Fiddlesticks even got in here. But at this point, with how strong the Fiddlesticks is, he basically died on cooldown for fun. Didn't get any gold, and we are very strong, have MR items and a Soraka. There's just nothing he can do. And here we now have to reset. Maybe we get the kill with the ultimate in the base, and we have to make sure that the enemy then doesn't get anything done. Technically speaking, we could make the argument, I get the kill, forehead by the way. You could make the argument that I could have tried to end with him, but I've been in this situation probably 9 billion times, and I've always got severe PTSD from my teammates dying 3v1, randomly running into the enemy, and then we lose to a double super minion wave because, well, for whatever reason, people died. So now I got the unfortunate habit of actually recalling and making sure the game doesn't end because people, don't want to win the game. And here we just go forward, the Fiddlesticks in front of us, we press the exhaust button on him, he cannot kill us, then we have the Soraka next up, we still have the stasis and the Elder buff, and we can just keep on going forward. Soraka just keeps us safe, and as long as we press our second ability, we are fine. We hit the tower, we shift over, we deal so much damage, and now this next hit solidifies our Q flash instantly, but sadly, she has her lovely Gwen is immune part. But yeah, we still do a lot of damage, do a lot of chip damage on top. Elder is doing so much right now, and the Soraka is basically carrying our asses. And now it's just about hitting the tower, dealing some damage to the enemy for free, making sure to not walk into the Gwen, because the Gwen still hurts, and making sure that our Soraka doesn't die. We do not want to take any type of risk, there's no point, we just win automatically by dealing extra damage. And anything we hit, they completely get blown up. Because take a look how much damage it is, he just got popped. And now the game just ends. So, when it comes to playing Ezreal, it's all about making sure that you keep your distance. Oh, let's take a look at the damage dealt. So, we have a rough estimate of how much this pig actually did. So you see, there was kind of a lot of damage. The enemy Fiddlesticks had a weird start of the game. You should never start red buff, but I guess he thought maybe they just 5D chest each other. And yeah, was kind of weird. But if you get to scale on an AD carry mid lane, you winning is very, very high. The reason is you scale so well on an AD carry mid lane while you're not victim of support champion differential. The only difference for mid lane is if the enemy has any understanding of macro gameplay, they will completely deny you if your teammates have no understanding, but the same applies to AD carry. But theoretically speaking, if you want the highest success rate of just winning games for free on the AD carry position, it's basically playing Tristana though. The champion has basically everything you want to have. She can reset, she can be an assassin, she can be a turret taker, she can be anything. Whereas other champions, such as Ezreal, if you get into the later stages of the game, cannot do the same job. And that is basically it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and see you soon for more RiftGuides content.